Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, May 16, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. A 29-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the confirmed firearm incident that occurred around 6 p.m. Sunday evening, May the 14th, in the Court Street, Elliott Street, Pembroke area. A search warrant executed Monday evening in the King Street, Pembroke area, part of a proactive police investigation into the matter, led to the suspect being apprehended without incident. He remains in police custody, and a file will be prepared for consideration by the DPP. Any witnesses to Sunday's shooting that did not already come forward are encouraged to contact Detective Sergeant Jason Smith on 717-0864 or email jsmith2@bps.bm or call the independent and anonymous Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. In other news, a number of sitting members of Parliament, including the two independents, have all come out to officially show support for former Premier Dr. Ewart Brown in the matter involving his Brown-Darrow Clinic and Leahy Clinic versus the government of Bermuda, the support taking the form of a legal motion filed in the U.S. courts. Here's Gary Moreno with more.
The motion filed in the Massachusetts District Court is in the names of former Premier Alex Scott, former MP Kim Swan, sitting MPs Zane De Silva, Michael Scott, Kim Wilson, and the independents Mark Pettengill, Sean Crockwell, as well as Walter Raban, David Burt, and Dr. Ewart Brown himself, as they move for leave to submit a brief in support of the defendants Leahy Clinic and Leahy Clinic Hospital in the motion to dismiss the lawsuit brought by the government of this country. The brief states that this is a case of great importance in Bermuda because the lawsuit targets a major healthcare provider in the country and a former influential leader. The brief states the applicants have a shared interest in offering the court the social, historical, and political context essential to a just assessment of the legal arguments offered both in support of and in opposition to the pending motion to dismiss. The applicants, it states, are uniquely situated to offer this important context. It goes on that these individuals are uniquely situated to offer this important context, as some of them served in the government positions from 1998 to 2010, the relevant time period for the relationship between Leahy, Dr. Brown, and his clinics. The brief goes on that their arguments are relevant at the motion to dismiss stage because the information presented in the brief concerning the public knowledge of the Leahy-Brown relationship has bearing on whether the statute of limitations on the plaintiff's racketeer influenced and corrupt organization, or RICO claim, has expired. According to the document, while briefs of this nature are not common at the motion to dismiss stage, this is not a typical case. It is a foreign government suing a U.S. healthcare provider in the United States District Court, with most of the conduct having occurred in Bermuda. These sitting and former MPs, it is felt, could shed light on the historical, social, and political backdrop to the case and thereby assist the court in understanding the complainant's allegations in context. Their brief is also timely, and the court has not yet set a date for oral argument on the motion to dismiss, and therefore the brief may still provide useful information for the court's determination of the motion. As some of the top government officials in Bermuda during the relevant time period, they can offer the court their perspective in weighing in on some of the parties' arguments in support of and against the pending motion to dismiss, a case being described in the filing as politically motivated. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Half price, value pack fresh Purdue chicken drumsticks or thighs, just $1.79 per pound. Save $1.50 on Bermuda-grown red potatoes, $5.99 for a 5-pound bag. Save $2.41 on frozen Green Giant corn on the cob, $4.99 for a package of 12. Only 89 cents for one roll of Charmin Essential soft toilet paper. This holiday, snack on Lay's potato chips, $3.69 for a 6.5-ounce bag. Have a safe and happy Bermuda Day holiday from the Marketplace family.
If you're looking for extra savings and free benefits
with car insurance
and home insurance,
Colonial has just the cover you need.
there's a free $250 gift voucher for new home insurance customers too, and 10% car insurance discount if you have home insurance.
With a claim service that's quick and friendly,
We call it Cover Without Added Costs.
call for a quote on 296-3700 or visit cgigroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
Clearly, this was going to be a challenging road.
There was a lot of work to be done.
Serious disconnect between
the board, management, and employees.
I encourage them to have a say in the future of the company.
Change was needed.
The Polaris effect, where labor, management, and corporate have come together to create a unique Bermuda success story.
There is only one place to be this summer, right here in Bermuda. Join me, Mike Sharp, and the 600-strong army of local volunteers as we take a look at the past, present, and the potential legacy of AC-35 in Bermuda.
The perfect stadium for sailing.
Huge for us to be able to represent our country.
It's the first time anything of this scale has ever happened in the history of the America's Cup.
And then revisit last year's Foil Fest, when Oracle Team USA and SoftBank Team Japan opened their bases to the Bermuda public. That's a double bill of America's Cup on ZFB TV7, 8 p.m., Wednesday the 17th and Monday the 22nd of May.
Hasco Home can help you create the kitchen of your dream. We handle everything from purchase through installation. Our sister company, Hasco Construction, has skilled carpenters, tilers, masons, electricians, and project managers who make everything so easy for you. From a simple renovation to an elaborate construction project, we invite you to visit our Hasco Home showroom in Southampton to see everything we have to offer.
A routine speech by a guest speaker at the Hamilton Rotary Club proves unwelcoming for the island's media. It all stems from the appearance of opposition leader David Burt today, who was invited to the club to discuss race and inequality. However, as Jasmine Patterson tells us, the media, including our news department, found their invitations to cover the event revoked at the very last minute.
What normally would be an open media invitation descended into confusion as this newsroom was told on arrival we were not permitted to record the guest speaker David Burt as he is a politician. Despite our insistence that all media was in fact invited today, one Rotary member threatened to pull the cord from our microphones. However, it was Rotary past president and MP Neville Tyrrell who alleviated concerns shared by some Rotary members that the speech to be broadcast would not be political in accordance with Rotary's code. Mr. Burt went on to speak on the topic of race, privilege, and the economic divide, referencing a 2-year review conducted by the Bank of Bermuda Foundation.
They acknowledge that, and I quote, Bermuda is a historically, overtly, racially segregated, and fundamentally unfair society.
The issue is problematic, he says, when it's a view not shared by all.
One Bermuda sees no unfairness in the way Bermuda operates, because to them, it has given them every opportunity. This is the basic foundation of our two Bermudas. Not only do they exist, but only one side, that which does not benefit, can acknowledge it.
To deny that some Bermudians struggle financially is a key divisive factor, according to Mr. Burt, to which he proposes acknowledgement, building an inclusive island, and collaboration.
This buy-in must extend beyond government, beyond politicians, and take place across all segments of our society. From community clubs to social events, from big business to cultural initiatives, and to community service organizations such as Rotary, across the board we must look at how together we can achieve our goals to build a Bermuda that works and benefits us all.
Directing his speech toward the privileged and disaffected, Mr. Burt said the aim is to unify and advance Bermuda to benefit all. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, the old town of St. George is bustling with life today following the arrival of the cruise ship Norwegian Seven Seas Navigator at Penrose Wharf. The highlight of the day was the unveiling of the much-anticipated NCL ferry tender, the Bohengi 2, which will shuttle passengers between the town and dockyard from May through October. Leaders were on hand to mark the occasion and send the message that St. George's is back in business. Tarai Trott was on scene.
I According to Tourism and Transport Minister Michael Fay, the arrival of the Seven Seas Navigator represents the first journey by Norwegian Cruise Line to the island out of an expected 12 for this year.
You recall we made announcements last year that this would happen. We have, as part of the arrangement with the Norwegian Cruise Line, have secured a tender that also will bring visitors out of Dockyard to and from St. George's on a dedicated service.
This arrangement will go on for the next 5 years. The arrival of the Norwegian Cruise Line was welcomed by tourism boss Kevin Dallas, who just announced a boost in visitor air arrivals of nearly 20%.
It's great to see a plan come together. And this is a fantastic culmination of many years of work for the Bermuda Tourism Authority, work that long predates my arrival.
In fact, Minister Fay, whose ministry sits above the BTA, called the recent boost in air arrival figures fantastic.
What it does is it is a direct reflection on the hard work that's been done by the Bermuda Tourism Authority, and again demonstrates why, in fact, the Bermuda Tourism Authority was set up by this government.
Bermudian Bo Evans, the Chief Executive Officer of Cruiseport Ferry Management, which will be managing the NCL tender Bohenji 2, talked to us about the effort to bring the vessel to the island.
We picked it up. We spent 6 months working hard to find the right vessel. We picked this boat up with a local crew. This is Neil McIntosh, who's the captain. I'm the backup captain. We picked it up with our 5 Bermudian crew members in Nassau last week and brought it up. It took us 2 days and about 8 hours.
Meantime, St. George's Mayor Quinnell Francis called the day historic.
We anticipate that the increased activity will definitely develop as more cruise ships, as more tenders are coming in, because next year they're going to have 2 tenders.
And there can be no talk of activity for St. George's without the presence of St. George's North MP Kenneth Bascom.
Well, let me say that I would like to thank my colleagues in the One Bermuda Alliance for taking my concerns on board. This particular ferry in the background is docked on the dock that was completely eroded during 2003.
Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, confusion over who will be allowed to promote their products or services during the America's Cup events as the America's Cup restricted marketing order comes into effect. Gary Moreno tells us more.
The act, which was published in the legal notices of last Thursday and which came into effect yesterday, Monday, May 15th, is aimed at providing protection for America's Cup designated commercial partners, while at the same time ensuring maximum benefit for Bermudians. However, that last part is now being questioned as fears have arisen that Bermudians will not be allowed to engage in roadside vending of even snowballs during America's Cup events. The Act highlights a number of restricted areas, including all of Dockyard from Watford Bridge, then all the way down to Barnes Corner, as well as Spanish Point, and from King Street all the way down to Bermudiana Road in Hamilton, including Reed and Front Street, as well as the area of Church Street between Queen and Bermudiana. The Act states no person shall engage in street vending in any public place within the restricted areas unless authorized in writing by the America's Cup Event Authority. Further, it provides that a person who knowingly breaches the restricted marketing order will be liable on summary conviction to a fine of up to $20,000. Now, although we've been told that already existing vendors will be allowed to continue plying their trade, we have also reached out to the ACBDA for clarification on the dictates of the Act and what it means for vendors like, say, the vegetable stand operator at Barnes Corner, or anyone who chooses to perhaps set up a beverage stand to earn a few extra dollars, and to find out whether there was any truth to suggestions that individuals associated with the America's Cup have purportedly been attempting to have residents within the restricted areas sign off an agreement not to engage in vending of any sort. But repeated calls to the marketing manager for the ACBDA since yesterday have only met with the promise that a response providing clarification is being worked on. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
And we did receive word from the ACBDA after that story was prepared, indicating that a response will be forthcoming tomorrow. Turning to weather news, this gorgeous sunny weather will continue for the rest of the week. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group, and things are going to improve greatly over the next day or so. We had this cold front move through the area. With that, we saw a lot of wind the last day or so. It's been a bit chilly and just not as pleasant as it can be. But now that is far off to our east, and we have nothing but high pressure in place, which is going to keep things pretty calm here for the next couple of days. Let's take a look at your current conditions. 73 degrees across the island. Humidity is low, 55%. Winds out of the northwest from 10 to 15 knots. The water temperature is 75 degrees. Waves inside the reef 1 to 2 feet and outside 4 to 6 feet. So not a bad day to go swimming or just hang out on the beach. It's pretty nice out there. So tonight, mainly clear, 68 degrees for our overnight temperature. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a gorgeous day. 74 degrees for the high. The low is 68 degrees. Taking a look at the tide times. Well, the first one happened already at 1:08 today. The second high one will be at 1:36 this morning. And if you are heading home or if you're going on a vacation, we have a couple other forecasts to tell you about. Toronto, 85 degrees with partly sunny skies. New York, 77. Boston, 84 degrees. A big warm up across the northeast of America right now. In Atlanta, 90 degrees and dry. Miami, some passing showers, perhaps a thunderstorm, 88 degrees. And in London, a bit cooler in the 60s with some showers. In Jamaica, 81 degrees with showers. Barbados, some clouds. And in Trinidad, 91 degrees with a couple passing showers. Now, taking a look at this 5-day forecast, it's gorgeous. We have lots of sunshine Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will see a few clouds move in, but it will remain mostly sunny and pleasant. And look at those temperatures. We're in the mid-70s for most of the week. 75 degrees Friday through the weekend. So a gorgeous couple days ahead. And stay tuned to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 for the latest on your news and weather.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
In association with America's Cup Endeavor and BASE, BF&M launched the No Limit Sailing Program for children with autism.
When Kieran first started with us, didn't speak that much. He has very little social skills, so he doesn't understand the social norms.
So the Endeavour programme is focused on giving 9 to 12-year-olds access to sailing through education. The biggest surprises are just how some of the children take to sailing, take to a different environment in a very different way. And one of the boys just putting his hands in the water and feeling the flow of the water. And then some of the other children who may not be able to be competitive in other sports, or having a go at trimming the sail correctly or steering in the right direction.
I'm happy. You're happy, okay. I think in the beginning, something outside of anything that he's ever experienced. Since he started got into the routine of what's going on. He can describe what's going on, so that communication aspect and descriptive language is big for him. Instead of seeing it in a picture, he's experiencing it.
Imagine a kind of comfort that's unique to you. Serta did. The Serta iComfort Hybrid Sleep System. The first hybrid mattress that combines advanced coils with our triple action gel memory foam. For comfort that cradles, supports, and cools you. It's comfort reimagined. The iComfort Hybrid Sleep System.
Exclusively available at Big Savings Zone, Southside, St. David's.
The following is an informational video on the new radiation therapy unit brought to you by Bermuda Cancer and Health Center.
Bermuda Cancer and Health Center are introducing radiation therapy to Bermuda because we recognize that there's a lack of access to care. We have approximately 200 people every year in Bermuda who would benefit from radiation therapy. Currently, we're seeing around 100 people actually get access to that treatment because it's only available overseas. For those individuals who may not have robust health insurance or have no insurance at all, getting overseas for access to care can be very, very challenging. Bermuda Cancer and Health Center, as the charity that are providing this service, means that our commitment to the community is everyone will be provided with care regardless of their ability to pay.
So radiation therapy is an anti-cancer treatment.
It works by a machine producing a beam of photons that kills cancer cells. It's a very targeted beam that goes right into the centre of the cancer and kills all the cancer cells that it can. With the model that we've designed here at Bermuda Cancer and Health Centre, with the collaboration with Dana-Farber and Brigham and Women's Cancer Institute, we think that we can utilise the two most important things. One being near your family and your friends while you're going through a difficult treatment, while at the same time every decision, every part of the treatment is overseen and designed by one of the world's leading cancer centres.
Operating a radiation treatment facility is, when it comes to safety, the number one priority in terms of ensuring that those that use the facility, those that are working at the facility, our neighbors, members of public, that everyone is safe from potential exposure. And so we have worked very closely with the Dana-Farber Brigham and Women's Cancer Center, who are ranked number 4th by the U.S. News and World Report, to oversee the project design, construction, project management, and how the facility will be operated. And certainly the design is for a world-class, international standard operation.
Radiation treatment has a role all the way through the cancer journey. It can be used early on as the main part that cures the cancer. It can be used in combination with other treatments, so in combination with surgery or with chemotherapy. It can also be used for pain control, so if cancer is causing pain, radiation is very good at alleviating the pain. And it can also be used to help with symptoms towards the end of life.
The benefit with the introduction of radiation therapy on the island is really significant to the community, the whole community. Patients being able to receive this level of care at home means that they will not need to spend anywhere from 5 to 9 weeks overseas getting care. And us providing this as a not-for-profit, as a charity, we will realize anywhere from 20% to 50% savings. And what we know as well is when patients can stay at home and receive care, that normalcy, that living that normal life and day to day and being able to continue to work is significant in terms of the overall healing and effectiveness of care.
This informational video on the new radiation therapy unit was brought to you by Bermuda Cancer and Health Center.
Bermuda, Saturday, May 20th.
Come to All Boys Point Hamilton
at 8 a.m. for the Bermuda 100-Day Challenge Public Soca Boot Camp. You will whine, shake, and strut your stuff for an exciting 90 minutes. That's all Saturday, May 20th.
At All Boys Point
at 8 a.m. The Bermuda 100-Day Challenge Public Soca Boot Camp. This is a King's Light Entertainment Throne production. Live healthy.
Turning to sports, records were broken on and in the water. Earl Baisden has the details and more in tonight's Sports Report.
A new record was established this morning in the Antigua to Bermuda yacht race that finished off the St. David's Head.
Stephen Murray Jr.'s Volvo 70 Warrior finished the 2017 Antigua Bermuda race this morning just after 8:30 a.m., taking the monohull line honors. Warrior is operated by a non-profit USA Merchant Marine Academy Foundation for the benefit of the Warrior Sailing Program, which helps wounded veterans to maximize their potential through the sport of sailing. Their time set a new record for the race course.
Elan Daly was at it yet again as she broke 4 national records in Canada.
Daly, while competing in the NYAC May Performance Swim Meet, also picked up 6 wins during the meet in the girls' 12-year-old age group. In winning the 50-meter freestyle, Daly touched the wall in a time of 27:06, breaking her previous record of 27:81. Daly broke the 100-meter freestyle record of 1:01:06 she set back on April 24th of 2016 when she was clocked in 1:00:28. It was another record-breaking performance for Daly during the 200-meter freestyle. She recorded the win in a time of 2:15:70, breaking her previous record of 2:15:81. She then made it a freestyle clean sweep when she won the 400-meter freestyle in a record-breaking time of 4:51:54. That time broke the record of Ashley Irby, set back on April 27, 2014 in Aruba with a time of 2:53:31. Daly was, however, not done. She picked up wins in the 100-meter backstroke, touching the wall in a time of 1:10:76. She also won the 200-meter individual medley, stopping the clock in 2:29:57.
Tahira Butterfield represented the University of Albany during a track meet on the Princeton University campus. Butterfield recorded the 7th fastest time during the ECAC and IC4A women's 100-meter dash with a time of 12:07. Butterfield then helped Albany's women's 4x100-meter relay team finish third. She ran the anchor leg with the team clocking 45:92. Day 3 of the Deloitte Open Tennis Tournament continued at the Pomona Gates last evening. A battle in the men's A singles saw James Finnegan, home from school, defeat Javon Ritter in straight sets 6-4, 6-4, while Kirsten Solters won her ladies A singles division match in straight sets 6-1, 6-1 over Jennifer Perez. On Saturday at the Belmont Hills, a golf tournament, a benefit in the aid of Harold Medeiros, took place. The award ceremony took place at the Young Men's Social Club, where organizer Nolan Walker gave us an update on how things are going for the benefit.
At the beginning of this event, we had a target in mind, and the target that we had was $10,000, man. And we're getting close to it. We're getting close to it, you know. So, hey, as I say, like, all of this here is all about our good friend Harold Medeiros, man. At the end of the day, you know, we want to say thank you to all of the people that came out and participated today, the sponsors that helped us out, you know, because without them, this wouldn't have been possible, man. And as I say, at the end of the day, the guy that's the winner out of this here is Harold Medeiros, man. And that's what we want.
Micah Franklin and Noah Brown both bowed out of international squash tournaments in the U.S. in quarterfinal action. Franklin bowed out of the $5,000 men's Squash Revolution Mid-Atlantic Pro Classic in Maryland. Franklin, ranked 4th in the tournament, went down in 4 games to Stefan Giaggi from Italy, 11-7, 11-9, 3-11, 11-7. Brown bowed out of the $5,000 men's SYS Squash Open in New York at the quarterfinal stage as well. Brown, also ranked 4th in this particular tournament, took on Ramit Tendon from India. He went down in 3 straight games, 11-2, 11-2, 11-8. 19 runs were scored on Saturday in YAO baseball at the YAO ballpark. The Cubs watched the game slip away early and couldn't recover in a 17-2 loss to the Marlins. The Marlins took an early lead in the first inning with 2 outs. Billy Montgomery drove in 1 run when he doubled. Montgomery led all hitters, going 4 for 4. The Marlins scored 6 runs in the 5th inning by a double by Darian Davis, a single by Travis Corday, a ground out, a walk, and a single by Daniel Axel. Thank you for joining. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Supply chain management, no longer just purchasing and inventory, but logistics, sourcing, contract management, and so much more. In demand by virtually every service industry and organization, this burgeoning profession requires a professional skill set that understands global transactions, enhances systems and processes, and maximizes efficiency for the best supply chain outcomes. International certification is provided through the Supply Chain Management Association, Canada's largest association for supply chain management professionals, and it's available at Bermuda College.
I think if you're passionate about inventory or purchasing, it's something definitely worthwhile pursuing.
You can get a global aspect of how procurement, how purchasing, how sourcing is handled in countries around the world, around the globe.
Contact PACE, the Professional and Career Education Division, to find out about financing options and start dates today.
This Sports Profile is brought to you by the Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon.
What inspired me to run was when I saw Marinette Bean run 1977, and she was the one who paved the way for us females to run the race. They opened it up in 1978 for the female runners to run it. And I didn't do it 78 because I was in training then. I didn't think I was going to do it. So I did it in 79. Yeah, and that was the first time I ever did that distance. Yeah, that was tough. I like it coming out of St. George's. You know, knowing that I did it so many times out of Somerset, so St. George's was pretty different. I've been doing some long runs, and I should be able to do this one pretty good. You know, I'm probably getting enough, 2 hours and so many. But I'm going to finish. Yeah, I always finish.
I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for joining us. Good night.